Seeing a couple of their clients, how they try to raise businesses. Did you have the smile on your face when you found out, well, we need printing our printers, we need to open a bank account, everything is so granted for you and for me, for everyone else? Or you could set your situation, your person, Dominic, into that situation, their situation?
It's a very good question, because we were talking to one lady called Dora about how she tries to run her business, and she knows what she wants, and she's very demanding. She has this great creative energy, but she knows what she wants, and she's taking workers along that path saying, I need you to do this, I need you to do that. But she has to manage different sides, different demands, and the amount of legwork that I think we'd refer to it as she has to put in, traveling from place to place, the lack of immediate resource and having to work and strive to get it. I don't think we know for a moment how privileged we are, and that's not supposed to be a sympathy comment. It's more a question of living in empathy. And there was really, at the end of the day, just profound respect that, the guy who met Tabo is prepared to travel to, prepared to try and find a way to get to Pretoria to pick up a document so that he can save 5 days worth of waiting to try to keep his momentum going, that he will travel daily, site by site by site, looking for work, and gets up with apparently the same drive and energy to do it. I think some of us at the moment we don't really know we're born, so it's profound respect for them, rather than a smile on her face, but a smile of real joy of discovery.
Okay, John, you've seen a lot more than a common tourist would have seen in coming to South Africa and try to, investigate what's going on in the country. What do you think the future will come in South Africa? What base will the future come from South Africa? Will it come from the multinational concerns, corporations employing power and people, or will it come from the branch businesses? Almost like branch grand businesses.
I think really it's probably going to have to come from both directions. I think there is I don't believe, personally, at a personal level, I don't believe you can impose an economy top down. I think you can look at places like the former Soviet Union and say that tends not to pan out too well. Growing a business from the ground up that harnesses the natural talents that people have got, I think is probably in the longer term what the new economy of South Africa will look like. That you have a generation at the moment that is painting the current picture, but the future is going to be defined, I think, by the people who we saw at the business place.
Cool. Well, last question. You picked up education. You could have chosen anything else. And why did you do this? I was like, what was the reason? And where are you now?
You mean why didn't I choose to do like a normal MBA?
Exactly.
Can I be rude?
Yep.
Apologies to anybody who might watch this who has an MBA. Just looks like a lot of PowerPoint merchants. If you could translate PowerPoint or the number of clicks to do PowerPoint into some sort of energy facility, you could power the planet just by the number of strategy presentations that are done out of MBA stuff. The problem with the MBA was, even with the case studies, it still feels a little bit abstract. It's like I'm writing strategy documents irrespective of, without a real understanding, without a real empathy for the subject, or for the people who are doing it. I don't believe that.
Okay.
So the thing with the thing with the MBA was that I've met MBA guys, and they're very bright, and they can theorize and quote case studies and suggest econometric models to do things and different business plans and whatnot. And I sit there thinking, okay, but at the same time, you haven't done it. You haven't lived it. And I think being here, this idea that we live inside the question, but that we witness what's going on, what really struck me and made me thought that the academy would be something different was this idea of living inside the course, the idea that we would have these projects that we would run, and that rather than just come up with the end of it and say, well, here's a nice stack of PowerPoint charts that we came up with, you could actually lift something up and say, here, this is what we've accomplished, this is what we've done, this is how we've learned, this is how we've changed. And I think that makes this as a learning process, as a changing a way to think, infinitely more powerful. An MBA can be with you for a couple of years and it sits there as some letters. This is going to stay with us for the rest of our professional careers and beyond, in terms of a way to think our way through problems and a way to be creative and innovative. And I think that's something I don't believe personally that you can get from most traditional MBAs.
So I think the concept making, when IT Academy is based in, would be useful for you, be like not treasure, but at least a great asset for you.
Enormous, just spectacular. By Tuesday morning, I already had a sort of slight feeling of some sweat trickling down the back of my neck, realizing some of the fundamental errors we had in the way we were thinking at work, the way that we were tackling problems, and realizing that now I was learning a much more powerful way to try to unlock a problem, and something that was much more profound. And I could see it in work, irrespective, I think, of the company that I'd be working in. And I can also start to apply some of it on a personal basis. I think some of the group interaction that we've had has taught me a couple of hard lessons about the way that I function in the group, that I need to take on board and absorb and tackle again in November, but also just on a personal basis, how to listen to people more effectively. And I think you can apply that's much more, that's a walk of life, not just an abstract course.
The full name and title, please.
My name's Dominic Fried Booth. I work for Nokia Mobile Phones and I'm the Connect Category Manager.